I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a safe Thursday, especially those down in Florida. And I'm praying for everybody in Florida. And that's all we can do right now. But first thing, let's do a round the block. Good evening, Mary. Good evening to my mods, my mother Sparks. Great live and a update of what's going on in Florida and South Carolina. Auslander Jack, my man from down under. Good to see you. GT. And I'm just trying to go through and see who's in the house. Bougie Prepper. Good to see you. CSM. Triple Threat. Ride and Die. Hope you're doing well. We'll talk later. And welcome, everybody. Welcome. So how's everybody's week been other than what's going on down in Florida and the hurricane? Not to minimize that, but everybody's talking about it. And that's wonderful. I hope if you have friends and family down there that they either left or they are somewhere safe in the state. You'll be okay, MMS. Can I get a 5x5? And did I see, Armageddon Preparedness. Good to see you. Good to see you from the Big Apple. GT Jr. in the house. We need to talk later, bruh. I got something for you that I need to have you do. Last American Outlaw, good to see you, bruh. Thank you for the 5x5. Thank you, my mother Sparks, Bougie. So, folks, tonight's topic, the time is now. Pen and paper required. Okay? Pen and paper required. So, a couple things I want to talk about, and we're going to talk about. First of all, Last American Outlaw, I love the videos you put out. Do me a favor, Last American Outlaw, type in the word vision, and it'll drop your link to your channel. Folks, if you've not checked out the Last American Outlaw, go check him out. Check out his videos, subscribe, and like his videos. He's putting out some good information. Good evening, Krista. Hope you're doing well. And everybody else that just happened to come in. The time is now, people. I have a sense of urgency that has been on my heart all year, and it's getting heavier. Now, this is just me. And everybody on the channel knows, everybody in the chat knows, the last thing I do is fearmonger. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it because I don't need clicks, likes, and subscribes that bad. I'm here to share what I know and offer what I know and to help. I learn something every day. And, that's what we do in this community. We help each other no matter what. But, winter is coming. And I have a feeling, this is just my feeling, we're in for a bad winter, a gut-wrenching winter, not only weather-wise, but within our country. We're going to have turmoil. Don't know what. All I can say is the time is now. A couple of things I want to talk about. And if you missed my live from last week, go back and watch it, please. And if you haven't watched it, watch it, like it, subscribe, share it out. Because, folks, we're coming into times where they're throwing so much at us. Good evening, Erica. How are you? That they're trying to overwhelm us. And honestly, I think they're trying to beat us into submission to just lay down and roll over. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. This black man in Ohio is not going to roll over for nobody or nothing. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. So with that, preparedness, prepping. We all talk about what we have, what we'll do when there's an SHTF event and so forth and so on. And that's great. That's dandy. But my focus tonight is because the time is now. Let's talk about what you don't have and what you haven't done. We don't need to share it in the chat. That's why you have pen and paper. Start to think of the things that need to get done before winter. That's the first thing. For me, what I've been doing all week is I have several dead trees that are dead and laying down and dried out. I'm cutting them and I am splitting wood. Winter is coming. Uh-oh. My friend Jack from down under, over 6 of the 7 billion people on Earth live in the North Hemisphere. Over 4.3 billion people live in urban and city areas. So they are 100% dependent on politicians for life. You know what, Jack? Thank you for that. This guy here, folks, Jack, do me a favor and type vision so that it drops your YouTube channel in the chat. Folks, you need to listen to Jack. Jack, what country are you in? Austria or Australia? And the Angry Prepper, New York City. Welcome, my man. Good to see you. Glad you decided to drop in. Again, folks, what do you have to do before winter is over? I'm splitting wood and stacking wood like there's no wood left. Fortunately, I don't have to pay for it. I got about 5 30 to 50-foot trees that are down, that have been down. They're dried out. All I need to do is cut them and split them. That's one of the things I'm doing so that I have plenty of wood to burn for the winter, just in case, so I don't have to rely 100% on my propane to heat my house. Because in my house, I have a fireplace upstairs and a wood burning stove in the basement. So that is my backup to my backup for my heat source, but I'm splitting wood and stacking it. So that way we've got wood if something goes down, and I can only use the propane for cooking source because I have an electric stove and propane. I'm sorry, I have an electric stove. The only thing my propane is for is to heat the house. So I really don't have to use propane all the time because I can heat my house with my wood burning stove and a fireplace, and it, heats absolutely perfectly fine. So think about it, people. What do you have to do before winter sets in? Write it down, because it is a proven fact that if you write something down that you need to accomplish, you are more likely to succeed and get it done rather than just trying to keep it as a thought in your mind. Because we all know that the famous words are, oh, I'll get to it later. We can't do it later. Now is the time. We got to get it done now. I know I'm stacking wood. I'm making sure I've got gasoline stored in all my gas cans that'll run my equipment here that I need while, the winter is upon us. Because when winter is here, I don't like leaving the house unless it's necessary. Bougie prepper, you're right. Yeah, she's stacking the freezer. And saying, I'm waiting for the Hurricane Ivan to pass through South Carolina, then they'll work on the list. Right. Folks, you got to have a list. Make a list. Do it now. Get some pen, some paper. That's required in order to make a list. You have to have pen and have to have paper. So these are the things we know we have to do seasonally. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about winter is coming. Do the things that need to be done. How many of you that were on that live or saw that video actually got the gutters cleaned out and started cleaning up the yard and checking the house to make sure that it is winterized, because winter is coming? Right. Exactly. And, I just pray that everybody is safe that's in Florida. But we got to get it done now. A couple other things. While you're prepping and preparing for winter, you also have to check on your community, your group, your people, your family, your friends. Make sure they've got everything, okay? Now, that's another thing I want to talk about that should be on your list, your community, because I truly believe, and the guys that I listen to on YouTube have said it time and time again, and they have the same feeling. Something is going to happen this fall. Don't know what it is, but I just have an eerie feeling. And the way that the direction of this country is going, it's not good. So, we need to make sure that you have your network of people. Exactly. Last American Outlaw finished his list. The only thing left is sitting in a deer blind. I know that's right. Unfortunately, I don't deer hunt, but I get it. Community, whether it's your mag, your group, your gang, whatever you want to call it, check on them. Make sure that everybody's on the same page. Make sure that everybody in your group has what they need for the winter. That's what the group is for. If somebody needs a tool to do something, then help them out if you have it. If you need something, reach out to those people. Reach out to people in your community. Now is the time to be building your network. And I know it's not easy. And whether you live in the suburbs or you live in the country or you live in the city, you got to make those connections with like-minded people that can rely on you to help if something goes down, and vice versa, that you can rely on them. And we need that type of community, because people are people-centric by nature. You know, we all know the lone wolf syndrome. Lone wolf ain't gonna last long. So we need community. You need to start making those connections now more than ever. You got to build your group, folks. You got to build your people. You got to build your network. You got to build friendships. And I know it doesn't happen overnight, but you have to do it, because we all know there's strength in numbers. We all know that. And if you need help, you need to have somebody you can call. That's not, you know, the next state over, or, you know, 5, 6, 8 hours drive. Not saying that they wouldn't come help, but depending on the need that you have, you may need something within an hour or two. So, you know, now is the time. I had an interesting conversation with somebody the other day that we're working on a few things, and I will say this now. I'm actually working on a bug out weekend for this spring, a 3-day bug out weekend. We all come together, talk, camp, test out your gear. We'll have some things going on. I'm working with some other people to have some classes. Depending on who I can get up here, we're going to do some medical training, some 2A training, some bushcraft skills, so forth and so on. So that's something I'm working on now, and I'll be giving more information as it comes together. But right now, folks, we need to prepare for the coming winter and whatever the world's going to throw at us between now and the end of the year. Good to see you, my grandma Renaissance. Black Guns and Gardens, good to see you. Erica, Dama, and anybody else that I didn't say hello to because I was running my mouth. Hello. I think I saw the Angry Prepper run through. Thank you for stopping by, joining in. But folks, I'm going to ask everybody a question, and you can put your answers in the chat, and we're going to talk about this. Let's just say that all communications are down. Cell phone towers gone. Okay, landlines gone. How are you going to communicate with your group and with your family? And I'll wait and give you guys time to start putting. Yes, you're absolutely right. Last American Outlaw, cold, dark, and hungry will break your will. That's right. And a good friend always told me, good men will do bad things, and bad men will do evil things. Okay. Outlander Jack, CB and ham radios. Exactly. So with that, I will say this: handheld ham radios, GMRS. Right. Everybody's talking about that. Now, here's the thing. When's the last time you tested them, and how far is your communication reach? Walk-in walkie-talkies, sat phones, handhelds. Everybody's talking walkie-talkies, ham radios, CBs. Exactly. So when's the last time you tested them? And how far can you communicate with them, with somebody in your group or with a family member? Okay, and here, that's good, Bougie. Bougie said, I don't have a group. My children know to come to me. I do have a ham radio to listen. Absolutely. Absolutely. If that's the case, that's fine. That's fine. We've got here perceptive strategics, pre-planned meetup locations, an attempt through ham radios. Right. So this is on my list. Not only do we have ham radios, but I am putting in a base station as well that will allow my base station to act as a repeater. That way I can reach and talk to other people outside of my state. I have some guys, some guys in my group that are ham radio operators. And I reached out to one of them and I said, okay, we need to talk so you can tell me what I need to get so that I can talk to people in my group that are outside of the state of Ohio. What do I need and how do I do it? And they began to tell me what I needed to get. No problem, my mother Sparks. I get it. You're fine. With ham radios, actually, yes, Bougie, I do. Do me a favor, Bougie, and send me an email. It's on my About page. You can send me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com. Send me an email because I'm actually talking with one of my guys to see if he can join one of my lives or we can do a pre-record and talk about ham radios. But then again, you know, this is something that I'm doing. Yeah, we all have ham radios, and locally I can talk to a couple of my guys, but because I need to extend my reach to people outside of our state, there's equipment I got to get and put in place. Thank you, Bougie. So that's big for me. Communications, folks. That's at the top of my list, and I've been procrastinating about that all summer long. And I got out a pen and a paper, and I just started writing stuff down of what I need to do, not only before winter, but I need to get on my list and get it done to be prepared. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. Another thing, folks, we need to think about, we all talk about beans, bullets, and Band-Aids, food, water, and shelter, which it's important. And I know everybody's on a budget, but I got an email the other day from a subscriber, and I'm going to share some of this with you because this was absolutely amazing of what this person was able to do. So the gist of the story is, and I won't share the user's name or where they're at, but basically in their area, their friend noticed that a Dollar Tree was getting ready to do some remodeling. Okay, they're remodeling the whole store. And this friend noticed that they were taking shopping carts of stuff out to the dumpster and just leaving the carts next to the dumpster of products in the store. And okay, it's a Dollar General, and they said they were throwing away everything in the store, including cases of food, cases of water. They said them and a friend of theirs, they made 4 trips in her SUV and stacked the SUV to the roof with canned goods, cases of water, socks, underwear, shoes, shampoos, conditioners, so forth and so on. And they got home, and this is what they had after they counted everything. They had over 500 canned goods each, and they got 72 cases of water. tons of juices, and they even got comforter sets, bathroom sets, and all this other stuff from this Dollar General closing for remodeling, and they were just throwing away everything in the store. I was floored when they shared that email with me. This is all product in the store that they didn't know what to do, but just toss it out, throw it out. Right, that was Annette. Exactly. That was Annette. She sent me the email, and they're stocked for at least a year. What's going on, Tori? I see you, the Cowgirls fan in the house. Welcome. Have a seat, bruh. Pull up. But yes, I couldn't believe that when Annette sent me that. Now that she's here, I'll go ahead and divulge her name. And that was nice. I'm so happy for you, Annette. You got a year's worth of preps for free. Those are the things we need to be looking at as well, people. You know, when I talk about, we all know to stack food, stack water, and shelter and security and all of that. The one thing I need everybody to put on their list to do is mental attitude. And here's why. And the Angry Prepper touched on this a couple of weeks ago. You notice in your area, and this could be coincidence, it could not be, but this is my opinion, this is my channel, and you can disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. That's what human beings do. We disagree. People are on short fuses. I don't know if it's because of what's going on in the world, whether it's the result of taking the arm ticket or just being pissed off because life is not normal. But I will say this, don't fall into their trap. Check your attitude. Check your mental health, your mental well-being. Take a day out to just do nothing. I would love to be able to do that, to literally sleep until I wake up on my own without waking up at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning and thinking of stuff. That's what we have to do. We have to guard our mind and we have to guard our heart, folks. And the later that it gets into the year, the more important that is going to be. Okay. I don't know where everybody's faith is, but I pray daily. And I ask for wisdom, discernment, and guidance in my prayer. That's what I do. And that is what I do daily. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. So, folks, you got to have mental preparedness, because I have a feeling what is coming and what could come. 90% of the people in this country may have never encountered it. And without going into details, I'll say this. If you've never been in the military and seen active combat, if you have been in the military and have seen active combat, you know what I'm talking about. Right. You're absolutely right, Jack. The politicians have us exactly where they want us, stress, wanting an instant solution, and the politicians will offer themselves as the solution. Correct. Right. You're right, Jack, because they created the problem and they're going to be the savior to offer the solution. And I'm not buying it. I'll take 556 for 500, Alex. So with that, folks, you got to do what needs to get done. You got to have that sense of urgency. I was talking with some of my people last week, and they were just, they're tired, and I was at the same time, and we got to rejuvenate ourselves any way possible, folks. You're right, MMS. It's not you texting me. You're correct. But we got to get mentally prepared, folks. Now is the time to reach out to your group. And if you don't have a group, and I'm going to put this out there. If you don't have a group, find somebody. Okay? If you don't have a group and you're looking for a mutual assistance group, a like-minded group, a group of people that you can throw out ideas to learn from, drop me an email, visionpreparedness@gmail.com. I'm gonna throw it out there, and we'll see what we can do, because there's some things that I'm working on with some other folks that will be beneficial. Correct. You're absolutely right, Last American Outlaw. Right. Always operate from a position of strength. I don't care how tired you are, you have to show strength. Right, Tori. Right. Mental preparedness is key. Have to. That's why we prep. That's why we shouldn't be scared, concerned, or worried. The only thing we're worried about is, do we have enough of this, enough of that? Have we done this? Have we done that? That's it. My mother Sparks, her live she just had, she was talking about the hurricane in Florida and how she was down there during a hurricane and they were prepared because they're preppers. So they knew what to do. And, you know, that's why we do what we do, folks. Right. Right. Absolutely. Thank you, my mother Sparks. Exactly. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. You got to get a group. Got to get a group. I don't care, even if it's just a group that may not be in your general area, but somebody you can plug into and get information and learning skills from to help you be prepared or get prepared. You know, Annette says, I don't have a group. No one I know is prepping. It's sad. And I'm tired of telling those I love and care about because they're all say you're paranoid. Annette, welcome to the club. Same thing here. And you know what I did? I stopped talking about it to those particular individuals and went on about my business, because one thing that will never hurt us is the word no. That's all they can say is no. Okay, fine. Have a good day. Good luck. I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? Right. And don't be afraid to lead. You're absolutely right, Last American Outlaw. Don't be afraid to lead. You know what? I will not stand by and let all hell break loose and nobody's leading, because I'm that guy. I'm going to lead. I'm going to stand on the wall. I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to strike first. I'm going to be the one to start telling these folks, do this, do this, do this. We got to get ready. Let's go. And as we all know, if you pause or if you show sign of weakness or procrastinate, it could cause you your life. It could cause you your life, folks. So that's what we have to do. You know, Annette says, Armageddon, it's amazing that we have found and come across just in the last month. I've gotten 7 new coffee makers, Keurigs. Look at that. Water and all that. Yeah. That's what we have to do. Yeah. No. That would be the other way around, my mother Sparks. You're always telling me what to do, and I have to tell you, you can't tell me what to do. By the way, that's an inside joke within our group, and because she always barks out this stuff, and I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. But yes, so folks, those are some of the things we have to do, even if you're by yourself, and you're learning the skills. First of all, if you don't have a group and you're on YouTube and you're in my chat, you got a group. Everybody in the chat plus me, you got a group. You can ask any questions. Is he in the chat? Is Fed Up American in the chat? We began corresponding back and forth, and he's here in Ohio as well. I'm not sure if I told you to lead, but okay, my mother Sparks. You'll bring your clan to live with me. Okay, here's I will tell you what I tell anybody else that tells me this and that. First of all, you better bring everything you have. And before you walk through the threshold, you will be interviewed on the spot. You got to bring some skills. You got to bring something. And that's how it is. I tell that to my own family. If you come into my house, you better bring everything you got. Now, it may take you a while to get here and that, but that's okay. Right, Krista. Hey, there it is. Okay. She said we're her tribe. So this is what I'd like to do. Right now, everybody put what state you live in the chat. And Last American Outlaw says he's expecting farmhands. I know that's right. He's accepting farmhands. Exactly. I ain't mad at you because I watched your video with that calf you rescued, that cow. Hey, I feel you. So we've got Georgia in the house. We got New York in the house. We got Texas. We got Missouri. We got Tennessee. Naj, welcome. We got Virginia. We got Missouri, Georgia. We got Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio. So we got California, I'm sure. So we just covered pretty much the East Coast, the whole East Coast, and dipping into the South. So we just covered from the Midwest, pretty much the whole East Coast. Okay? Now, if you look at everybody in the chat and you don't see anybody in the chat from your state, reach out to somebody in the next state to you. That's how you begin to create a network of people. They don't have to live down the street, although that would be ideal. Down the street, around the block, start within your community and branch out. I've got plans. I got people in my group that are out of state. And if something happens where they're at, they know they can come here and vice versa. Although, that may not work, but if it needs to work, it will. That's why it's key to have communications. That's why I'm building the communication station that I'm building so I can talk to people outside of the state. Oh, and by the way, folks, is there anybody in the chat that has their ham radio license? Outlander Jack, do you have your ham radio license? And I know during an SHTF, nobody's going to care about a license, but if you have a license, or if you're thinking about it, because we're actually going to be putting together a study group to get your ham radio license. Ride and Die Chick, welcome. Good to see you. CMS, Erica. We got Maine in the house. Perceptive Strategics is from Maine. So we've got almost the whole East Coast covered. Yeah, exactly. So that's amazing just geographically right here, right now. Pretty much the whole East Coast. And we've got some in Texas, some out west. And then we get Midwest, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Right. Yep. There's a lot of people want to get their license. And I can't even click. Right. Chime, what are you doing? Put that on your list. Put that on your list. If you want to get your ham radio license, write that stuff down. And actually, I got something because I wrote a sticky note and put it in there. If you want to find out information about getting ready for your ham radio license, you can go to Ham Radio Prep, and they have a bunch of stuff on there that will help you prepare for your ham radio license. Now, I've been told this about taking the license. What's the first level? Technician or general? Technician. Yes, technician. So if you're going to get your technician license, a lot of the ham radio clubs that give the tests will let you take 2 tests for the price of 1. Meaning, so if I'm interested in getting my technician and my general license, I'm going to study for both and hopefully take the test for both at the same time and pay the fee for 1 test. And that's what I want to do. I want to get my ham radio license, and I want to get the gear for it so I can do what I need to do. And that, with that, folks, you got to write it down and put a date to it. When do you want to take the test? When do you want to get your license? Right. Exactly, Jack. Right. It's the know-how that is important. In most legislation, you're allowed to own the equipment and listen without fines. Correct. Here in the States, you can own the radios and you can listen. But in order to broadcast, you have to have a license. That's how it works in the United States. And it sounds like the same thing there. In order to broadcast, you have to have a license. Exactly. Last American Outlaw. Take the practice test for free. Right. Exactly. I don't care if you take that practice test 10 times a day. Do it, because that's exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take practice test after practice test after practice test for the general and the technician, and then I'm going to go take the test for both of them. Good to see you, Naj, if I didn't speak to you when you came in. I hope you're safe down there, Naj. And let me go through the chat here. And I'm just reading here. TLC in the garden, good to see you. Welcome. Glad you're here. And anybody else? Susan, what state are you in? Susan Fit 47, what state are you in? If you don't mind sharing the state. And Naj, I hope you're safe down in Florida. And Ride or Die Chick, what state are you in? Also. Good. Glad you're safe, Naj. Thank God. Absolutely. Good. Good, 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 good. Thank you, Tori. Appreciate you, man. We doing the things. Okay. Susan, you're in South Carolina. Drop me an email, Susan, and I'll discuss that. Visionpreparedness@gmail.com. Thank you, Ride and Die Chick. North Carolina, near South Carolina State, live. Okay, thank you. Same for you, Ride and Die Chick. Drop me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com. Exactly, Bougie. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And again, folks, with that, when you're trying to find like-minded people, don't just start sharing everything you know and have with them. You need to vet those people. You need to make sure that those people are good people and have no ill intentions. Okay, my mother Sparks, that works too, because you know what I was going to do. So, Badass Stang, welcome. How are you? Right. But Bougie, still email me. But folks, if you're trying to meet like-minded people and create a group and a community, you got to vet these people. And I'm going to be honest with you. Basically, you need to interview them. And if you're going to meet somebody, do not meet them by yourself. Take somebody with you. I don't care who it is. Take somebody with you to talk with them. Sit down over a cup of coffee. Meet them during the day in a public place. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Armageddon preparedness, you should always meet in a public place, coffee shop, etc. Absolutely. That's the only way to do it. Welcome, Urban Gardening Chronicles. Good to see you. And that's it, folks. That's how you begin to meet people. You meet them, you talk, see where they're at, and your gut feeling will tell you yay, nay, or no, or yeah, I'll begin conversations with these people. And there's one subscriber that's here in Ohio that we've emailed back and forth. We've even texted. We've exchanged phone numbers. And shortly, we're going to be meeting for coffee and hang out and have a conversation and go from there. You know, they may end up in the group. They may not. And that's okay. But, you know, it's just a matter of creating those relationships, you know, without having to deal with, as I call it, drama or anything outside of the intention of preparedness, reliability, and help if necessary. Right. And for those of you on the West Coast, my mother Sparks, Susan, Ride or Die Chick, my prayers are with you that the tropical storm or hurricane coming your way is nowhere near what it was when it hit Florida. So that's for real, because it shouldn't have to be that way. But anyway, right. Absolutely, Armageddon. Think twice about the person who's prepping for attack. Right. Right. Check your OODA loop. Right. You never know. You don't know their ulterior motives. And I make it clear. And Bougie, you'll like this, because if it goes bad, I will blow up the block in a heartbeat. If it goes bad. And if it goes south, it's going to go south quick. And anybody that would do that to me, I hope they know God, because I'm going to arrange the meeting if necessary. East Coast, I'm sorry. I know you didn't move. I'm sorry. You knew what I meant. Quit telling me what to do. Everybody on the East Coast. Right. But folks, this is the time to where you have to put the things in between your ears, the thoughts on pen and paper, and get it done, because the time is now. We have to prepare. You need to meet as many like-minded people now as you can, because I think time's running out. So there it is. You need to watch the movie, Bougie, and go from there. You'll understand. Thank you very much, Annette. I appreciate it. And it, what, my mother Sparks, what time is it? I ain't mad. I'm with you, last American outlaw. Scorched earth for the wind. For the wind. You're right. That's exactly right. I will blow up the block for the win. Yes. Thank you, Annette. I appreciate it. Yeah, time is not on our side, Jack. And again, do me a favor, Jack. Type in vision again and drop your link. Folks, Auslander Jack is from Australia. He's on point. His channel is amazing. You need to check him out, subscribe to him, and watch his videos and share it. Jack puts out some stuff. Jack puts out truth, folks. Thank you, my mother Sparks. And that's Urban Gardening's channel. So you got to check out Jack. Thank you, Jack. But folks, now is the time. Time is not on our side. And the more that you procrastinate, the less prepared we're going to be, plain and simple. Plain and simple. And I saw my name somewhere. There's Jack right there. We have two relevant channels, this one, and okay. My mother Sparks, could you go look at Jack's other channel, US Lander Info, please, for me? Thank you. Some moderator, and drop that link, please. Unless my man Marco is still driving. But yes, Jack does. He has two channels. And you're right, Jack. There we go. That's his channel, and he has another one as well. But folks, the time is now. And you know, I this is where I get humble, because I try to keep this to an hour. Because I appreciate everybody that's in the chat, and I appreciate everybody taking time out of your day to come hang out with me for an hour or more and just listen to what I have to say. That still amazes me, of the people on YouTube that I've met, that, you know, it's family. So I will say this again, for those of you that may have just come in or didn't hear. I am putting together a spring bug out weekend here in Ohio. We can come up, and we're going to hang out at a state park and camp, test out your gear, talk stories. I'm going to have some courses, some classes that are going to be taught. There's going to be some medical classes, some 2A gun safety classes, some preparedness classes, and some other stuff. Thank you, my mother Sparks. Lashes, good to see you. North Florida Tactical Training Group, good to see you. Right, exactly. So, you know, that's what we're going to do this spring. And I'm also looking to bring some courses that we teach here at Vision Preparedness to some online classes. And there'll be a minimal fee, because I'm not trying to gouge nobody, just to cover expenses of what we do, and that's it. So keep an eye out for that. Our website is almost done. Yay. And with that, folks, any questions for me? I'm now going to open it up to the chat before we leave. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that? You guys, I appreciate everybody, just seriously. Tori, do me a favor, Tori. Type vision. Folks, if you guys want to spend some time and have some fun, you gotta check out Tori's Brain Game channel. Buy a watch. I got a whole closet full of watches. You got to check out Tori's Brain Games. Folks, this brother here, he has games that you play on his channel, on his live, and you talk about something that will, excuse me, test your mind and just have fun. You got to check him out. Please check out his channel, subscribe to his channel. Tori, what nights do you go live? I know you do on Tuesdays, but this guy has games that he plays that are amazing. Make a list to wear your watch. I don't need to, okay? I have a phone and the time is 9:32, Marco. You need to check your mail. You should have about 55 Israeli bandages showing up to your door. But would you say, Annette, who? Link Trent to Troy's. Yes. Troy's Brain Games, that's on point. I'm telling y'all. I saw that and was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And, even though he's a Cowgirls fan, I won't hold that against you, brother. Okay. So Tori's live. His lives are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, 7:15. There you go. Folks, please check him out. Like and subscribe to his channel. I want to thank everybody for coming to spend time with me tonight. We're going to be bringing more videos also as well. So I've talked to my cameraman and pretty much told him he's going to be full-time cameraman and he's not getting paid. So that's how that's going to work. You're more than welcome, Tori. You're more than welcome, my brother. That's what we're here for. Everybody be safe. Keep prepping because your family is depending on you and it depends on your life. Everybody have an amazing evening. Have a safe day tomorrow. All of you on the East Coast, please be safe. Be prepared. I love all y'all. God bless and have a good night. And this is Vision Preparedness.